It's commanding Cash-A-Thon time. It's commanding Cash-A-Thon time. It's commanding Cash-A-Thon time. It's commanding Cash-A-Thon time. Hey, everybody, it's Catherine Perry. I'm the Big Vision host, and welcome to the Friday Commanding Cash-A-Thon. Now, this week has been kind of a unique week. I did a little experiment and I uploaded all of the best of the commanding Cash-A-Thon. So this week, everybody who's been on the call or who's joined, I've been noticing it's kind of like the same people. Hey, Lenora. And they, every day it's been like, yes, I'm in. The excitement's growing. And someone even sent me a text about 4 a.m. said, Catherine, I've been watching these. In fact, I've decided I wanted to start watching these twice a day. I'm tuned into the membership and I am on fire. And you don't know how good that makes me feel when people are tuning into the work, they're responding and they're getting results, and it just lights me up. And thank you so much for letting me be in your corner of the world. Now, just very quickly, if you're watching by YouTube, you're watching the live stream at the time it's live, I guess. That didn't sound right, but you know what I'm saying. Uh, all you have to do is just put in your comments. But if you are watching like on Facebook or on Instagram, be sure and in the description, like the StreamYard app. And it's at the very bottom of the description of today's call. That way I can see your comments. Okay, let's get into it. All right, well, what are we talking about? Gosh, what could a Cash-A-Thon possibly be about? I wonder, what are we talking about today? Oh, yeah, cash money, honey. Well, today is really about commands around financial freedom. Okay. And what does that look like? What does it feel like? It means something different every time. So pardon me. Thank you very much. Um, when we think about financial freedom, it kind of feels like this. In fact, I want you to right now, for yourself, think about what financial freedom means. It could mean freedom to, you could have enough money to do whatever you like, right? You uh, can have enough money that you don't have to go to work, you don't have to do things that you don't want to, right? But it's freedom from worry, freedom from insecurity, freedom from certain worries, right? And that's how we think about it. Well, our idea of financial freedom could actually be what's blocking us, because we have a lot of reasons that we have things set up that we do now, the way things are. One, we're conditioned into it. There's this big system that we're born into. There are factors in your environment. There's things that you've been conditioned to do, to accept, things that you've been conditioned to not do, to refuse, to ignore, right? You have a sense of your capabilities, what you're able to do, um, your ability to be flexible, your own ability to believe or trust, right? Your ability to feel worthy, your ability to accept. We can think about what we believe about the God, creator, the universe, our place in that, and how things come to us, and what are the conditions before we can be rewarded, right? We have all of these ideas that are built into this one little idea about financial freedom. And we could think about the structures. We could think about, hey, you've got to be a good planner, live below your means, which, you know, at the time of this recording, it's really interesting because wages are kind of standing here, and the things that maybe it used to be okay, you had a little cushion, but that cushion not only has disappeared, the expenses are kind of doing this right now. And so a lot of people are working 2 and 3 jobs in order to stay independent, just to try to stay ahead of it, right? And then there's this sense of powerlessness. And then you have to think about, well, what power do I actually have to create? And all of that is built on the underside, and it creates these assumptions before you could even entertain the idea of true financial freedom. Have it, your ability to create it on your own. And we're going to talk more about the belief. We're not going to go deeply into it, but I'm going to just touch on this. And this seems like a strange lens given what I just said. But here's the lens that we're looking through in our wonderful Wayne Dyer. Prosperity in the form of wealth works exactly as everything else. You will see it coming into your life when you're unattached to needing it. So, when we're thinking about this idea about financial freedom and the things that we want to do in order to create that freedom, we have to be unattached. Unattached does not mean not caring. Okay. I've got a client. In fact, I've got a few clients, and this is kind of like the sweet spot that I work in, because this was a big challenge in my own life. There wants to start a business, has been doing all the prep work, has been doing all the studying, everything that you have to learn to do that, right? And then it becomes, I wanted, she knows what she wants, number one, right? Absolutely knows what she wants to create, knows what that looks like, has a good picture, has proof. She's tested it out. Other people are doing the same thing. She said, hey, I have as much experience as they have, right? And I can do this. I have the skill set, I have the experience, I have the energy. I will have less of a learning curve, right? And she went and got herself mentors, working really, really hard, right? That's what we're told to do. She did the right thing. So she had clarity and she's taking action on it. But noticed that it seemed like to be more and more actions. In fact, it's kind of, she's kind of stayed in what we call a construction zone for a long time, much longer than necessary. And we've been talking about, like, hey, what's going on? And we do commands and that type of thing. But then what got built into that was she wasn't detached from the outcome. And the way I explained it to her is, it's got to be like this. We build so much importance into that dream or that goal that we become afraid to pursue it, because then what if we fail, and then what else will we have? And this sets a lot of people up for failure. And detachment would be, you know what you want, you've prepared for it, you're taking the action, but the energy and the that you have to have inside has to be the exact same type of detachment you feel when you go to your mailbox. And yeah, is there a check out there? I don't know. I'm expecting a check. Been looking for a check. Well, let's go on out. I'm going to go to the post office. I'm going to walk out to the corner and check my mailbox. I'm going to step outside my door and look into the box. Yet, is it there? Is it not there? There's no resistance between you and the mailbox, is there? And even if you go, well, dang it, bills today. There's still, like, you still have this freedom to take action because you're detached from the way that you got from point A to point B in that action, right? Now, a lot of people, when they see those bills, what do? They hide the bills. They fret about the bills. They don't have the assumption built in that they're going to be able to pay the bills. And that's based on their beliefs about themselves, not really the belief about the bills. It's their ability to create the money, access the money, and there's a lot of attachment to stories about the past. And then let's say you have the big money come in, maybe you have some new money come in, and maybe you get the good news. Yes, the check is coming. We've got the check. It's in the mail. Yes, you'll pay, right? And then there's that kind of dynamic tension. This is common for a lot of people. I was thinking about this with you today, and I was remembering back when I was really like going all in, going all, I was doing a lot of seminars, going out, giving a lot of talks, really busy. That was creating a lot of one-on-one clients for me. And I had this vision, and I was told the first goal that you want to get to is the $10,000 month. And that's still true. If you go into coaching or business, it's getting that first $10,000 month. That's your base. And then you figure out how you got there. And then you start improving systems and streamlining. And that's when you bring in the help. And that's when you actually start your advertising, right? And I'd been working with a client for a while, and he paid great. I mean, he just paid every session. He paid top dollar. And then I said, do you think you're going to want to work with me for the next 6 months? He said, oh, yeah, definitely. I love working with you. And I said, well, I want to make a deal with you. Would you like to go ahead and you could save a little money and go ahead and pay me $5,000? And then that way it's off your mind. We're not having to spend time in every session asking for, taking time out of our time to make sure I got your credit card and run it and everything. And he went, oh, yeah, that's great. And I sent him the invoice. And this was on like a Friday morning. And it was like, oh my God, that was the most a client had ever paid for me. Or not ever paid for me. Like, oh, I'm for sale. I'm at auction and I fetched a fair price, y'all. No, but it was the first time I'd ever asked for $5,000, and it was the first time someone said yes. Interesting, right? It's like, wow, the first time I asked, someone said yes. Wow, and it literally occurred, right then it occurred to me that I had never asked before. It didn't make sense to me to ask. I had all this fear and resistance built in to asking for that amount when actually it made more sense. And it was easier, and he was happy and I was happy. And so that was like that first aha, right? But then that the tension started building up in me, and I kept checking my inbox. And then I just, was kind of fussing about it a little bit. And like it's 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And I'm going, oh my gosh, when is that money going to get here? He said he would pay. I sent the invoice. It should be okay. And um, he said he would take care of it today, but it's not there. And oh my gosh, where's that money? And my daughter finally just had to kind of snap me out of it. She's like, Mom, if that money came right now, what would you do that you're not doing now? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And that wasn't excitement or anticipation that was getting squeezed out, um, that was happening, that was being expressed. It was fear, that grabbiness. What if he said yes? What if he says no? What if he changed his mind? Oh, no. What if that was too much? And so I wanted to get that proof as quickly as possible. And what it set up in me is fear. So very often you may think you're doing every single thing right. You've done the preparation, but then you find things are getting stickier, getting harder, and there's some inner resistance there. Okay. And so we're going to address that today. But then what if you're getting what you want? And we know a lot of people that they get that big cash and they can't get rid of it fast enough. In fact, if you've ever heard me tell the story about Asara Lovejoy and what the birth of the One Command was, it had to do with her getting a massive inheritance and 2.5 years later being completely broke. And it was that dark night of the soul, that moment that she realized that whole pattern became clear to her of that feast or famine. And she made a new decision. Okay. So this is what we're talking about in financial freedom. Freedom to prosper, freedom to receive, freedom to accept, to expect, freedom to hope, freedom to align yourself, freedom to take action. Without the money being a condition for your happiness. Does that sound good? Who's here for that? Good morning, Mr. David. Oh, good morning. I see we've got several people on, haven't had a chance to say hello yet, but good morning. Thank you so much. So, we're going to do commandments around this financial freedom. And for every person, it's as unique as your thumbprint on what financial freedom looks like for you. What would be free? Would you be free from worry? Would you be free to plan and look forward to things? I did a little thought experiment last night, and um, I was sitting with my granddaughter, and something about Disney came on, and they were showing it kids at Disneyland, and or maybe they were at Disney World, and she's like, "Oh, Nana, that would be amazing." I said, "I've got to go there," and she said, "That would be amazing. You've got to take me there." And I went, "Okay, all right, let's see what that would look like right now." And I just started doing research, and it was really interesting because there's a lot of reasons right now that we couldn't or shouldn't go to Disney World. And it didn't stop me from simply taking action and looking at the numbers and saying, wow, I didn't know I wanted to create that with you, Carolyn, 7 years old Carolyn. I didn't know I wanted to create that with you until this moment. And I'm here for it. I'm all excited about that. So what would financial freedom look like for you? So when we're doing the one command, what you may initially do is when you're confronted with this new idea, you would literally make a command that says, I don't know how I know what financial freedom looks like for me. I only know I am financially free now. Because we want to start associating that. In the command, we go, I only know it so now, and I am fulfilled. We want to start attaching the state of being. And that's why we say, I am fulfilled, because there are some steps, there's some learning that we have to do along the way. There's some parts of us that we have to meet. And we have to know that whatever it takes for us to get there, that it's going to be worth it. Right. And so every time you take that action step, it gives you that nice dopamine feeling. Right. And that's how we can stay motivated. So I don't know how I know what financial freedom looks like for me. I only know I am financially free now and I am fulfilled. Whew. So if you want to know maybe what some of your hidden beliefs are, you would say, you would make a statement. I am financially free in all the ways I desire to be free. I am financially free in all the ways I desire to be free. And you might go, I love that affirmation, Catherine. Say that again. Well, what's more important is, yes, you said it, you're speaking it because your words are life. You are a creator. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, right? So it's that your word is life. It is that power going through you, and is you with that power, right? So as you're holding that idea, what little considerations started popping up? What little yeah buts started popping up? I am financially free. And then your mind might go, sure. Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? Except for this, that, or the other. Oh, that would be really cool, but that president or the economy, what resistance, what idea came up that met that? Was it a positive, empowering, inspiring, motivating idea? Or was it resistance? Was it negative? Was it a limiting belief? So you would, whatever resistance hits, that then you do the command on the next step. So I'm going to make this up. Okay. So we go, I am financially free. And what comes up is, well, for now, I mean, you know that joke, right? It's like, oh, I've looked into my finances. I have enough money to last me the rest of life if I die, the rest of my life, if I die within the next 15 minutes, right? No, no, no. Financially free. Okay. I am I am financial. I don't know how. I am financially free now, and I will be financially free in the future. I only know I have the power. I have the right. I have the ability to create my financial freedom now, and I am fulfilled. So I'm meeting it with whatever new thoughts are arising to meet it. I want you to know I'm not reading from a script. What's happening is this opposing idea. I'm meeting it with the one command, and then there's this extra affirming that's coming in. And you've got to give yourself permission to start meeting your negative limiting beliefs in a powerful, affirming, loving way. Okay, I don't know how I'm financially free. I don't know how I have a whole new belief system. I don't know how I have a whole new belief system, a whole new thought system, a whole new action system that allows me to create that freedom. I only know I am financially free now. Aren't you glad we're recording this? And you can come back and you can listen to this over and over again. If you're a member of the um, Daily One Command community, I can't store it on Facebook, but if you're a member of this community, I store all the audios so that you can listen to this over and over again. You can download them, put them right in your phone or whatever your device is, and listen to them over and over again. So join that community today. All right. Maybe you need proof, because that is one thing that the subconscious mind needs to be able to get a hold of. It needs to see evidence that you have the ability to create that financial freedom for yourself, that wealth beyond your wildest dreams. So you could literally make a command. I don't know how I have proof in my own experience or in my relationships or in the world. I only know I have all the proof I need and more now, and I am fulfilled. Now you're noticing, you're going, Catherine, when do we do the 6 steps? We're actually starting to prepare your subconscious mind already. Are you noticing just in what I'm speaking, what's happening to your body? Do you feel excitement starting to come up? Do you realize all the ways that you've been blocking your own financial freedom? Who holds the keys to your financial freedom? Who holds the keys? Is it your boss? Is if you're an older person and you're on retirement, or you're getting Social Security. We've had a lot of people come to us who are on disability, and it's really hard for them to allow themselves to have a new idea about possibility because of the fear of losing that disability, because that system really is set up. It's a poverty system. You're not allowed to have any wealth. You're only allowed to have like X amount of dollars. The minute you cross that line, your disability's gone. There would be a lot of fear. So who's holding the key? Are you holding the keys to your own financial freedom, or did you give them to someone else? Or are they just sitting on the counter and you don't know who they belong to? Who holds the key? Well, right now you don't know, but why don't you go ahead and claim it? So I don't know how. I alone hold the key to my financial freedom. I only know I am financially free now, and I am fulfilled. And as you're doing that, just let the ideas roll off, and you're detached. You're detached from, hey, what if resistance or fear? Or you go, I've had money before, or I saw people who had money and they lost it. Or I can't be trusted with money. I'm like a little kid. As soon as I get an extra $500, I'm going to spend $700. I can't be trusted with money. I don't know how I can trust myself with money. I only know I alone hold the key. I alone make the rules. I alone establish my habits. I alone create the standards. I only know it so now, and I am fulfilled. Breathe into that. Stretch, move around a little bit. This is the power of the one command. Just the statements alone. We aren't even going into the 6 steps yet. And the power of this, because like there's this affirmation, but at the same time, you notice how it just kills that doubt, any resistance, any fear, any what we call considerations. And are you starting to notice that there's like this kind of level of belief that's starting to come into you and through you? This level of acceptance, this remembering. And I don't have to hype you up. This isn't a rah rah session. This is a remembering session. Breathe into that. You may be noticing energy. So just if you're noticing energy, if you're noticing you suddenly got pressure in your head, your throat, or your tummy, if you're noticing you're feeling, like wiggly and maybe you want to run, you want to get out of here, that's okay. All you have to do is just be present, because what's happening is those dormant emotions are starting to run. They're starting to move and release, and it can be a little uncomfortable at first. So I don't know how all things that I know, that I feel, that I'm experiencing now supports my financial freedom. I only know I am free in every way I desire to be free now, and I am fulfilled. And I don't know how I have a new idea about wealth and money creation and money getting and having and releasing and flowing. I don't know how I have a new idea about money. I only know I do now, and I am fulfilled. I have new ideas about money. I have a new understanding about money. Maybe you believe that, oh, every time I sit down to budget, I pass out, or people start talking about money and interest and stocks, and don't even get me started on crypto, and you start nodding out, right? That's because you don't feel the relationship to it. Okay. So I don't know how I have a new relationship with money and new conversations about that money and with the money. You want to think about money as an intelligence, something that you have. It's kind of like your favorite picture, or I'm one of those people that I kind of anthropomorphize certain things, because like if I'm setting up a room and a chair is in a corner and I go, that chair's not happy. Well, the chairs may or may not be happy, but I feel an unhappiness in me that there's something misplaced there. And so when I'm thinking about the chair, it's like, where would the chair be happy? When I'm thinking about my plants, oh, my plants are screaming at me. It's time to water them. Oh, this one doesn't like this light, right? Let's move it over here to where it's getting indirect light. And so you start having a new conversation with in your environment. So I don't know how I have a new belief and a new conversation about. I don't know how I have a new belief about and a new conversation with money. I only know I do now, and I am fulfilled. One more quick check. Is this landing with you? Do you like this? Is this fun? Okay. We're going to do real quick one command. I'd love to get your feedback. If this is landing for you, if you're feeling a shift already in your thinking and feeling, be sure and let me know. Let's go for it. So now we really want to get this set in. We want to, this is how we start making the shift in our neurology. This is how we are going to get all these beliefs deep down. But you know what? We don't have to say all those commands now. All I have to do is do one command. So just think about your idea, or actually think about what it is that you want to attract, create, or manifest in your life that you are actively working on and thinking about. And probably financial freedom has a big part in that. That what you're doing may create financial freedom. You may think, well, I got to get the money before I can do the thing. But think about what it is that you want, why, and let this I am financially free be the lens that you're looking at your desired creation. Okay? So just close your eyes and just ground. Feel your connection to the earth and the earth's connection to you. As you bring your attention to your heart and you're aligning with your purpose, and that is your chief aim, whatever it is that you are wanting to create, attract, or manifest in your life. And just align to it. And I want to invite you to become aware of your desired outcome aligning to you. And now with your eyes closed, very softly, just slightly lift your chin up and let your eyes roll up as if you're trying to look up through the top of your head, and just picture, visualize, or imagine that you are traveling up a pole of light. And the higher you go, the faster you go, and soon you find yourself surrounded by the beautiful, velvety black void in space. And in the distance, you may be aware of a teeny pinprick of light. Head towards that, and instantly you break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. And right here, with your eyes softly up, just allow your energy to expand out. Oh, what a relief. We are not constrained by those little teeny bodies and their little teeny situations and all those belief systems and constraints. Oh, yes, to let yourself stretch out, roll out, come into the greatness that is truly you. Eyes are staying up. Don't force them, but just very softly up. I don't know how. I am financially free in all the ways I desire to be free. I only know I am financially free now, and I am fulfilled. And just let your eyes relax. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Now, I want to invite you, just very softly, your eyes are relaxed, and witness energy coming into you. And it's what's happening is there's this whole new energy coming in, and then there's what we call a direct download from source on the learning that you need, the skills, the habits, the attributes, everything is starting to come in. Very much like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. When in whatever situation he was faced, whatever he faced, there was an automatic download that could happen. He could just call on it, and he got whatever he needed to meet that moment. And hence the famous line, "Whoa, I know Kung Fu," right? So just witness that greater intelligence starting to flow into you. And now become aware of being back in your body and starting to receive this. Receive the download, receive the money, receive the new understanding, receive the new programming, receive the forgiveness, receive the blessings, receive whatever is necessary. And as that's coming in that greater state of being financially free, as that starts to arrive, we're just going to let those old ways, those old beliefs, those old ideas, those old fears, that old resistance just release, let go, and unwind, unwind, unwind. It's literally unwinding at your master DNA strand, releasing all the family programming. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And it's creating a shift in your neurology. And it's releasing all the old conditioning, all the habits, all the old thought patterns. It's letting it go, let it go, let it go. And now it's going to unwind as long as it needs to. And now just simply allow these new ideas and this new potential, this new knowing that you are truly financially free. And you are free to create that freedom. And you are free to live, move, and breathe and do what you feel is necessary. And you are free to receive. You are free to flow. And every single thing that means, and all the ways that financial freedom, what it looks like and feels like, let it come in for you. Let it rewind to you. And then all the freedom that comes as a result of that. Let it come, let it come, let it come. And it's integrating, it's coming in. But now, just for a moment, keep your eyes closed. Tune into this thought. I am financially free. Say that out loud. I am financially free. And do a quick internal check in. And what rises up to meet that thought? When you're ready, you can open your eyes. We always say be sure and keep a journal. And of course, what do we say? That seventh step is inspired action. So be ready for an idea, an inspiration, or an opportunity, and you just go for it. My daughter my daughter Lauren's such a hardworking girl. I'm so proud of her. And her husband, Jonathan, is in school full time. And right now, she's literally working two remote jobs side by side. And Jonathan can kind of help her with one. But his main focus this year is school because that is his main gig. And he's supposed to be graduating next year. And there's been a lot of pressure. And she's been starting to feel unhappier and tied in and locked up. And she's just feeling worn out. And I said, and all this dissatisfaction's been showing up. I said, honey, you've got a big opportunity coming. I said, you've established how much money you need to live. You've got a job coming that's going to pay more than these two jobs put together. And she's like, oh, that would be nice. Yeah. Yeah. And I said, oh, absolutely. It's absolutely happening. And every time we would be talking and I would talk to her about how we have these artificial lines that we have set in place through our beliefs and we have to cross it. And I said, I don't know if you realize what you've been doing, honey, but I've been watching you for the last few weeks and you've been getting ready to cross that line. You've got an offer coming in from out of the blue. And she went, oh, wouldn't that be lovely? I don't know. Mom, jobs are paying X amount. I don't know if that could ever happen. I said, there is a job for you. Do you want it or not? And she went, yeah, I want it. It was like, okay, whatever, Mom. Yeah. Just before today's call, she went and banged on the door, said, Mom, I've got a job offer from it's another city. She works remote, but she said that job is going to pay more than the two combined and has the all the benefits. It has this. She's so excited. She said, I mean, I didn't even haven't even interviewed, and there's this offer has come in. And I said, what did I say? What did I say? Which is what I say when I'm right. I'm right about you. If you're noticing that there's been some discomfort and frustration and you're going, why isn't anything working? And you're aware of it and you know it's time to make a change, that's because you're ready for the change. And today is your sign, absolutely, that you are financially free. Today's the day, and you're getting ready and you're breaking through. And today is the day that you're going to be able to point back to and go, this is when everything changed. I absolutely know it's true. And I witness your greatness. I love you. And I absolutely know that you have everything that you already have it. You have the relationships, you have the skills, you have the ideas, you have whatever you need in order to create that freedom within you, because it is the truth of you. With that, I'm going to conclude today's session. I hope you have an amazing week. And until next time, this is Catherine, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye bye.